Kiss a Girl in the Rain. Take a Chance, Book 1. Written by Nancy Warren. Narrated by Teri Schnaubelt. Chapter 1. When Evan Chance read the bucket list he'd penned when he was 12 years old, he caught a glimpse of the man he'd wanted to be when he grew up. Now, at nearly 35, he knew he was not that man. Lists were important to Evan. He had master lists of 10-year, 5-year, and 1-year goals, broken down all the way to daily task lists. He kept a catalog of people he hoped to meet, all corporate movers and shakers, or folks who could advance his career. Ruthlessly organized and efficient, he was a top corporate lawyer at a premier firm in Seattle. Seeing his preteen scrawl should have made him smile at his young self. Instead, somehow that naive list of unaccomplished dreams pulled at him. His mom never should have sent him his list of dreamy-eyed ideals, along with the birthday card she'd handmade with pressed flowers, and a reminder to come home for the weekend to celebrate his milestone birthday. 35. Evan strode across the marble lobby leading to his law firm's offices like a man in a hurry. In fact, he had 10 minutes to spare before his next client meeting. A lot of people might use those minutes to grab a coffee, chat with a colleague, or relax. Evan used his elevator ride to read a priority email, the time spent walking from the elevator to his office to consider his client's question. By the time he hit his office, he was task-ready and sat down at his computer to email back his advice. Even as he worked, in the back of his mind, he realized that his big birthday was almost here, and he wasn't anywhere near where he'd planned to be when he was a preteen. Okay, he was a millionaire, but that was exactly the sort of lame goal a 12-year-old would consider important. But lists were important to Evan, and the fact that his mother, Daphne, had sent him that old one, as though it were a thing to be prized, bothered him. Not that a hint of his thoughts showed on his face when he walked into the Rainier room, one of the smaller meeting rooms. Half a dozen worried-looking executives were settling themselves around a mahogany conference table, while Martha, Evan's assistant, poured coffees and sparkling waters. Evan introduced himself and shook hands all around. These 5 men and 1 woman were here seeking legal ways to raid their company's pension plan. He had utter contempt for the naked greed of the president and vice presidents, sitting in front of him in their handmade suits and year-round suntans.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?